Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And got a good one for you today. Just wanted to come down to walking the peninsula. Spent a nice morning dealing with the police. They're looking for you, by the way. No. But anyways, I want to thank everybody for all the kind words that they sent me in regards to the catalytic converter getting stolen again. And needless to say, the police were shocked at that as well. But you got nothing to worry about, guys. It's just everything's great in the economy, and there is not a care in the world right now. So, a lot to cover in today's video. And before I get into it, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. And today we do have a sponsor, Patriot Gold, which I will talk about a little later. But one thing that's funny with all of this, and is we're being told, over and over and over again that nothing bad is happening. And the greatest thing about that is that if you believe that things are good right now, you are kidding yourself. You absolutely are joking right now, because you are seeing things that just do not make an ounce of economical sense. And to refresh everybody's memory about what happened with 2008, during 2006, 2007, when things started to look bad, they didn't want you to stop borrowing. They didn't want you to stop buying. They didn't want to tell you that, there was an iceberg dead ahead. They wanted you to move forward. And I was listening to Greg Manarino, yesterday afternoon with his markets, when the market closes. And he brought up such a great point, and that is that you don't want to have people stop lending. You don't want to sit there and say, hey, maybe things are going to get bad, because if they get bad, then people don't take out loans, then people don't move forward, then people don't, purchase things, they don't go on vacation. But the problem with it is that we're seeing such a problem with everything. And, traveling a lot lately, it's just, local trips to Vegas and San Diego and different places like that. You're starting to see that, summer's here, and the unofficial start of summer is Memorial Day. And now that we're in June, you should start to see places like Newport Beach busier right now. And it's not. So I was in Del Mar yesterday, and beautiful area. And the thing about Del Mar that was fascinating was they had, the Del Mar San Diego County Fair that's coming up, and you should have a lot of people getting ready for that, and the hotel's full. And one thing I like to do is look at, when I find something new, I like to look at hotel rates and things like that. And how booked up are you? Oh no, we've got vacancies, sir. Were you looking for a particular date? Now, I would not walk into a hotel and book a hotel ever. I'm the guy that likes to save, $15 on his room. So that's how I do it. But the fact that there's availability for vacations is a very, very telling sign right now. Now, think about this one. San Francisco, who's got this ad campaign right now about how, hey, always San Francisco, come back to the greatest place in the world. It's a disaster, and it's not working, and people are not going to buy it right now. And the fascinating thing about this is that the Hilton hotel chain is going to stop paying one of its lenders right now for the downtown Hilton property in San Francisco. No, pass. Why pay for it? Why make the payment? And what Hilton does is that, yes, when you call Hilton, you get the central booking and reservations all in the same place. And if you call Caesar's Palace, which property do you want to stay at? And then they send you the operator for that property, but they're all owned by the same company. Hilton is not making their payment for the San Francisco property because there is vacancies galore at the San Francisco property. Well, that is fascinating. It led me down a rabbit hole of how much is this happening right now? Who's not paying their bills? Well, it brought me to vacation rentals, and it brought me to all these people, that are supposedly setting up their holiday travel. Now, I have people in the industry that write me and say, Dan, we're going to have the greatest summer ever. And yes, is it going to be better than it was 2 years ago during COVID and all that stuff? Of course it will be. It's going to be busier, but it's going to be different because people are not going to have the excursions. People are not going to come here. They may come here and stay here, but they're not going to rent a boat and go out to really expensive dinners and things like that. They're going to do this on a budget right now and get out of their house, or staycation. That's what's going to happen more and more often. But the hotel industry has a real problem getting financing. And I found another great story below that you can read about how this is drying up right now, and you're not going to see lenders lend people money in the hospitality space anymore. Well, was that just this week or is it this year? Well, it's going to have a major negative impact on the industry for travel. And you have to understand this. Think about this. When, a team wins a championship, Vegas goes to the Stanley Cup playoffs, people go there just for that, but they buy stuff in the community. They buy, all the stuff to support the team. They go to restaurants, they go to bars. Oh, I've got a ticket for the first game, but not for the second game. We'll watch it at a restaurant. But they spend a tremendous amount of money in the community. That has always been a great thing with sports. It's been a great thing with vacation and travel. And that's why so many resort towns do so well, because you have different restaurants. People have different budgets. That is changing dramatically right now. People are not traveling like they used to. And you're starting to see the vacation properties, like in the mountains and certain places, that are starting to get reduced in price. And that's what I always look at. I always look at condominiums, and I always look at vacation homes. But there is no financing right now for the hotel and hospitality industry. It is gone and non-existent right now. So you think that's good right now? You think that's non-recessionary? It is recessionary. What we're in right now is a full-blown recession right now. And nobody wants to admit that. That's with the banking industry, because they want you to put money on your credit cards. They want you to borrow. They want you to buy stuff. They want you to get a home loan. They want you to get the HELOC. They want you to spend money right now and get tapped out. It's funny. That's kind of the American way, is just to be in debt. And it's horrible. It's a horrible way to live. So you guys think of that. Isn't this the most obnoxious Hawaiian shirt you've ever seen? I found this one, and I thought, yeah, that looks like a Picasso vomited. So, anyways, it's crazy. David Rosenberg is an economist who was the head economist over at, I believe it was Merrill Lynch. He stepped forward. He says, listen, this is a full-blown recession, but what we're heading into is much worse, and you have to look at these two signs. Read the two articles below on this. One is called Fiber, which is all these different catalysts that put forward warnings on different analysis for different things in the industry that are dropping and that are at their lowest levels in years, and they all point negatively. The second one is T-bills and the fact that everything is off and the spread is off, and it's at it's at 100%. What they're talking about right now and what he's talking about, this points 100% to a recession in the future. Now, Morgan Stanley was talking about how we're not in a recession, it's a growth recession. It's all these stupid names. And I found a bunch of articles where they keep naming it and saying that what we're heading into is not a bad thing. It's only gotten worse, people. It's only gotten worse over the course of the last 6 months, and since they started naming things. But a lot of problems with these big investment banks that don't want you to stop investing money. And, people with Apple that put their money into that Apple savings account, man, oh man, the number of stories of people that can't transfer money in and out. I am telling you, if you guys ever use an alternative bank, Chime, Capital One, Discover, transfer money in and out of your account. Do it on a Monday, see how long it takes to get it in your account to where you can use the funds again. You can put it back the same day, next day, but do that so you know what you're looking at, because this Apple thing has been an absolute disaster. Some people know, but some people, the majority, have had difficulties and delays getting their money. What happens when you really need it? That's what I always tell people. When you really need it and you can't get it, that's the biggest problem. The IRS right now is looking at people's bank accounts. They're going directly into people's bank accounts and looking at the transactions. And why do you have $400,000 in your account? Well, you only make, $28,000 a year according to your tax return. So they're going to start scrutinizing people in such a negative way. And you're going to see them get more and more desperate, because the tax amount that they are collecting right now is dropping. And last year they were have record taxes that we're bringing in. Now they're talking about how everything's hurting right now and that they're completely upside down. So can't win for losing, guys. You really can't. But report everything, use the proper deductions, get some solid financial advice before you do this. All this stuff with crypto right now is fascinating because a lot of people made a lot of money with this stuff, and with these exchanges getting hacked and with them starting to report the transactions, they're reporting people, okay? And you're going to sit there and you're going to have people that made a tremendous amount of money that were laughing all the way to the bank, buying lavish, cars and places to live and vacation homes and things like that, and they're going to be caught holding the bag. But this just, there's so much to this right now. So share your thoughts on this stuff. Let me know what you think. Just a beautiful morning out here, guys. It really is. The sun's finally poking through a little bit. But share your thoughts on this stuff so far. Are you planning on vacationing this summer? Are you planning on taking a break? I'm telling you, I very lucky where I live, and I get to walk around and check things out, and people are always recommending things. And that's the other thing. You guys have a place you want me to shoot in Southern California, San Diego, Nevada, Arizona, let me know. Because one thing that was sent to me was this great property in San Antonio, Texas, that Blackstone just sold. And I'm like, gosh, Blackstone really, or BlackRock, excuse me. BlackRock is unloading these properties right now, and it's kind of interesting, but they sold it for $800 million. And this resort that somebody sent me was amazing. And it's one of those places, it has, 2 golf courses, like 6 pools, but just stunning. And it looks tropical in the middle of San Antonio, Texas. But that's the type of cool place that when you go to, it's like going to Hawaii, where you just sit there and you don't need to leave the resort. You can eat, hang out at the pool, do different stuff. But that's amazing. But let me know places you want to see, okay? Let's talk about our sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. Ray Dalio just stepped forward with the debt ceiling discussion and said, this is so meaningless what they're doing. They're just raising credit lines and making it to the point that we're going to have a disastrous outcome at the end. And you need to protect yourself. The best thing right now is to look at an IRA or 401k that's backed by physical metals from Patriot Gold Group. Call them today, 888-330-1431, before it's too late. Get your free investor guide. Get them to answer all your questions. Plus, Wells Fargo just stepped forward. Wells Fargo said that we're about to enter a commodity super cycle that could last 6 years. You want to be part of this. You want to get yourself into something that's a safe haven investment, and the best place is gold. Think about this one too. JP Morgan says get out of stocks right now. Get yourself into physical metals, and you need to protect yourself and your future and your family. The best thing to do, call Patriot Gold. Get your questions answered. 888-330-1431 today, and let them know that I allegedly sent you. But they will answer all your questions. They've been #1 rated with Consumer Affairs for 7 years in a row. They're clearly doing something right. I'm not only a spokesman, but I am definitely a client of theirs, and I love their customer service. You should too. Give them a call today. This recession that we are in right now and we're all living through is something everybody should take a look at. But think about this. You've got the Fortune 500 that's released every year about this time, and there are 4 real estate players that have been on it for years, and they're just dropped this year. Rocket Mortgage. Rocket Mortgage is so desperate right now. This article from Fortune magazine is absolutely amazing, talking about how in a desperate bid to boost sales, they did that 1% down payment loan just to get people in debt and into homes. Okay, how about Zillow? Zillow's off the list now. Isn't that amazing to think about? They're not in the Fortune 500 anymore. Anywhere USA. Never heard of the company, but they're not there either. And the last one is Compass Real Estate, got dropped off the list too. This is amazing, guys. Shows you the power of real estate, the power of mortgages not being written are a huge, huge problem. When I think about Zillow and I think about, how much I used them in the past and what a great tool they were to look at, listings, You want to do yourself a favor, go look at Zillow right now and look at all the houses for sale. Look at all the houses for rent now. Oh, there's just no inventory. There's just nothing available. That's a lie. It's just such a joke. And the idea with it is to have you hurry up and wait. Hurry or you're going to miss out. And if you don't want to miss out, you want to buy today. You want to get yourself in debt to your eyeballs. And don't worry about home values. Listen to Dave Ramsey, okay? Get yourself in debt because you can always refinance the house. I got a question for Mr. Ramsey that anybody who's been in the real estate market, what about this? What if you buy a house, let's just use a round figure, $1 million, and you put 20% down, and now the house, let's say it drops to $750,000 in value. Wow, that would be terrible. Let's say you owe more on the property than it's worth. Well, just refinance it, Dan. You can't because there's no equity in the house. Well, you can refinance at a much higher interest rate, so the banks will, clobber you and put you out of business and foreclose on you. Yeah, you can do that. This is awful. Boeing has had nothing but problems with, remember their Dreamliner, I think it was called. Now the 787 has delivery problems because of defects. Okay, great story below on that. But how about plane deliveries right now? How about people ordering planes right now? I think that's off right now with all the, there's not the shipping that's happening. You don't have UPS is busy. You don't have FedEx is busy. The U.S. Postal Service. I was in the post office today. Hey, how's it going? Are you guys busy right now? Busy? No. I'm like, don't get busy till the holidays. Well, come on. Is it like, how long you done this? Oh, 18 years. Okay. Is it busier? Is this a normal June? Oh, no, it's lighter. It's much, people are just not out of school yet. Well, here in Southern California, most schools are already out. So, just slow right now. But what do you think about this stuff? What do you think about all those real estate companies that are not on that list right now? And you can sit there and you can tell yourself, hey, it's all going to be okay. Everything's great. Go out and buy that house. Go out and buy that second home. Not everybody's got that money right now. And I've talked to a lot of wealthy people right now that have cash right now, and they are so worried about the cash, and getting rid of the cash, that they are trying to buy anything of value that they could potentially sell some other day. But like I said, what happens if you go through like an 08 when Rolexes were given away and you couldn't sell? Well, yeah, that's what you run into. So certain high-end motorcycles, boats, things that rich people have are going to go on sale right now. And I'm telling you guys, look at what you want to buy. What is it that you want right now? And stake your claim and get ready and plan. And I guarantee you it will be on sale right now. It's just things are crazy right now. And there's a lot of people with money. There's a lot of people without money. But the foreclosure guys that I know, they're getting very busy right now. And I'm going to have Doug back on the show, and we're going to talk more about that stuff. But, there's a lot of stuff going on right now that just doesn't make sense with the real estate industry. And people are not supposed to get nervous over this. All these banks going under. And, with what like Jack talked about yesterday, it makes a lot of sense. People are putting all this money into metals right now, but they're also freaking out about what's happening. Their sales are down at their companies. You're seeing all these different things affecting people, and the layoffs are just crazy right now. People are laying people off. Here's a good one for you. T-Mobile, the T-Force. Now, I don't have T-Mobile, so I don't use them, but they're really well known for their customer service, but they have alternative means of communicating too, in addition to a regular 800 number that you call, or 888 or whatever it is. But they have a thing called T-Force, and T-Force is on two places. It's on Facebook and it's on Twitter that they use. And they are laying off 67% of their staff with that, 67%. And here's the thing, this is the fastest way to get somebody to look at your account. It's the fastest way to deal with it. And they're getting rid of the staff and going to increase wait times, increase delays, and increase service times. Now, the idea with this, when you need something, like for example, the insurance claim that I had to file today for my late girlfriend's car getting the catalytic converter stolen again, you want somebody to walk you through this. You want somebody that's understanding and is there for you. I like to speak to people. I hate texting. I hate, the customer service portals where you have the little chat box. Can't stand that stuff. Get on the phone and talk to me. Now more than ever, I think most of those are AI robots. I think T-Mobile's getting rid of people to have a robot do it for you, because they don't need to have Joni that they pay, 40 grand a year to do that to. Just don't. It's going to save a fortune with the robots. So many people reached out to me to tell me their horror stories of how they got robbed. And being in Huntington Beach where the car was at, a lot of people, half a dozen that wrote me from Huntington Beach. Guys, it's a nice city. It's really nice. It's right, this is Newport. It's the next city over. But one man, had his son plays the violin, broke into the car, stole the violin, and you don't want the money and the damage to the car is one thing, but you've got this kid trying to learn the violin, and that's the other thing. Things that are horrible right now, you want to know what's awful? There is no wood shop anymore. There is no metal shop. Think about it. When I went to high school, and I know I'm 100 years old to some of you people, we had auto shop. We had wood shop, metal shop. I learned to grind. I learned to weld. I learned all that stuff in that shop, because it's an easy A, just go do it. Well, I learned all that stuff too, but I also learned how to, mix molten metals and make dyes and do all the stuff that kids don't know how to do today at all. They don't know how to fix things. They don't know how to do this. How about music? How about the kids that want to play music and they don't have band anymore? Oh, the band is something that is obscure, and we make fun of those kids. That's ridiculous. Kids need music. Kids need these outlets right now. And you wonder why these kids are going crazy and doing all this stuff. It's awful. And this doesn't help right now with this. So just a beautiful spot out here today. So anyways, it's kind of a half rant right there. But what are you going to do right now? The AI, one thing I always like to ask people, hey, Joni, where are you located at? Dead silence. Well, are you at the office? Are you at your house? And you can also tell if you're dealing with one of the computers and how they answer that. I am with the corporate office. Yeah, sure you are. Okay. I always like to swear at that point. Share your see if you guys pay attention. Just write swear. I'll do a ninja. Just use the word swear as your comment and say if you ever swear at these customer service people. But share your thoughts so far, guys. And again, all the stories that you sent me, I really appreciate. I mean, think about this. People had their car. People had their mother pass away. They went to the gym just to get a break, do some yoga. Car gets broken into, and the clothes get stolen, and Christmas presents get stolen. Just horrible stuff like that. And I know people that parked down at the beach and stuck their wallet. This was stupid though. They stuck their wallet on the wheel well of their car, and the thieves caught it, came back, everything was gone, but by the time they got back, their cell phone was gone, and the people had already used the credit cards, changed the passwords on the phones, by the way, also, and it made it so that they couldn't even call anybody, because they didn't even know, most people don't know people's phone numbers. Memorize people's phone numbers. That's something for you, because we all, I'm going to call Jennifer. Press a button and you call Jennifer. You should know Jennifer's phone number in case your phone ever gets stolen. So share your thoughts on this stuff so far, guys. I'm going to finish this video with these last few stories. And the first thing is Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank, steps forward and he said, hey, what's happening at Target should be a warning to other CEOs right now that you too can destroy your own business. So, heed the warning is what he said. And $15 billion in market loss. $15 billion in market loss. Now, my little channel here, guys, we're not going to buy any Target gift cards for the Christmas in May giveaway that we were going to do. So we're going to switch it for Amazon. If you guys have a problem with that, let me know. If you do win and you want a gift card someplace else, you let me know. But right now, I'm not spending the money at Target right now. Okay? Final thing, live golf. I have a brother who loves golf. I have a brother that finally won tickets to the Masters this year and couldn't go, and I couldn't take him, and we couldn't get together, couldn't work it out. And we ended up giving away the tickets that he won to some people that absolutely had just an amazing time going to the practice round. But there is a new golf league called Live Golf that's owned by the Saudis. But the thing that they have with this is they have match play, and they have different teams that they put together, and it's made golf kind of exciting to watch. But the thing that's wild about this is that the money that they give these guys to win on Live Golf is unbelievable. The jackpots are huge, and there are people that have never made $1 million in their entire PGA career that were making $1 million a week on Live Golf. They just announced that they are merging right now. So once again, guys, you're going to see more mergers, and it's not out of, hey, wouldn't this be great? We'll grow. No, it's out of survival right now to do this. And the other thing is they're talking about how to save baseball right now, and that baseball is doomed. And great article about that. But my cousin, who is one of the smartest people when it comes to sports, and next to my son, who's a savant when it comes to people's batting averages and what teams they're on, and I can talk about, hey, this guy got traded to, LA, who's he with before, and he'll know. My cousin wrote a book about saving baseball. I got to interview all these different managers and players and different people in the league, and that's going to come out in the fall before the World Series. But very cool. But sports are, in real trouble right now, guys. They're incredibly expensive to attend, and the average family can't do it. I don't know how you buy 4 tickets with the price of a ticket right now. And then you have somebody like Shohei Ohtani, who is, this guy is world renowned. He is a Japanese player. In Japan, they basically shut down everything when this guy pitches, because he pitches and hits, and he is an absolute legend superstar that they're saying this guy could get $500 to $600 million in his contract. And, I'm an Angels fan. If he leaves the team, I'm no longer a fan. But it'll be interesting to see what happens with this guy. But when I attend games, there's always people that don't speak English. There's always people from Japan. I met someone that runs a Japanese travel agency, and they just set up trips to have people go to the ballpark for this. So amazing. But few and far between, guys. Anyways, hope you're well. Hope you didn't get anything stolen this week. And I can't help but laugh, even though it's not funny, guys, by any way, shape, or form. But move on. Be kind to one another. And don't forget to like the video. Always subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification. Let me know what you guys want to see. Plus, let me know if you guys ever want to see, if you want me to do a ninja where he does 3 videos in a day, if you want me to have a Wednesday where there's more videos, more places, different things, let me know. If there's anything else you guys want to see, I am all ears for you, okay? Onward and upward. Reach out at hello@iallegedly.com, and I will see you guys very soon.